Start right now. So, after the expression above is simplified, what is the coefficient of x expressed as a decimal? So first what you have to know is that the coefficient of a number is basically, so for example, if I have 3x, the coefficient is 3. It's whatever number is in front of the variable, and in this case, that variable is x. So here what we're going to do is, first we're going to simplify. That's what the problem says to do first. And because inside the parentheses, I can't simplify this anymore because we can't combine like terms. So what I'm going to use is a distributive property in order to solve. So 3/5 times 2x is equal to 6 over 5x, and then plus 3/5 times 5. That's 3/5 times 5 is 15 over 5, which is 3, minus 2x. Now what we're going to do is, now we can actually combine like terms because this number over here and this number both have the variable x. So we're going to subtract. So 6 over 5x minus 2x is the same thing as saying 6 over 5x minus 10 over 5x. And that is because negative 10 over 5 is just another way of saying negative 2. You can do that in math as long as your original equation is equivalent to your other equation. And then, of course, our plus 3. But that doesn't matter anymore because now we're just going to solve. So 6 over 5x minus 10 over 5x is equal to negative 4 over 5x. Now, look, the answer isn't just negative 4 over 5. That isn't just the answer because it's right in front of the x. The problem asks to express it as a decimal, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Negative 4 over 5x, that's a sloppy 5, I'm sorry, that is equal to negative 0.8x. And negative 0.8 is our coefficient in front of x, so that will be our answer. Alright, cool. Moving on. So, this is a very fascinating problem. It's kind of about probability, not really. So, two number cubes have sides labeled 1 through 6. Both number cubes are rolled. How many different outcomes will have a sum of 6? So this is just like any other board game you've ever played in your life. Obviously, they have 6 sides, and each side is a number between 1 and 6. So we're rolling 2 of them. So let's think about all the possible combinations that can actually add up to 6. And I think the best way, honestly, to do this is just listing them. So 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. And then 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. So it seems like we have 5 different ways to get a sum of 6. 5 different, and that's a very sloppy 5 again. 5 different ways, right? And something I guess a lot of people might be confused about is that, hey, isn't rolling a 1 and a 5 the same thing as rolling a 5 and a 1? Well, I want you to think about it like this. This column of numbers is the first dice, and this the second number. So getting a 1 in the first dice and a 5 in the second dice is different from getting a 5 in the first dice and 1 in the second dice. I hope that made sense. And also, notice how when I find these combinations, I kind of add 1 here and subtract 1 here. So no matter what, it's going to equal to 6. We're just changing the numbers that we're using. Very simple. Okay, last but not least is question 60. The figure above shows a scale drawing of a garden, where 1 centimeter represents 2.5 meters. What is the perimeter of the actual garden in meters? So in order to solve this, it is very, very easy. You just have to make sure you don't make silly mistakes. So we can find the perimeter of these sides pretty easily because there's a number right next to them. What about the sides that I didn't bold it? Well, first let's look at this one. So this side has to be 3 centimeters because this side and this side both make up this side. Do you notice how these should add up to equal to this? Yep, exactly. And same thing with here. If this is 13, this entire thing, this is 8, that means this has to be 5. because 5 plus 8 is equal to 13. So now all we have to do is just add up to find the perimeter. 13 plus 3, 13 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 8 plus 6. That is equal to 16, 21, 24, 32, 38. So the perimeter is 38 centimeters, but it asks to put it in meters because this is just a scale drawing and we're finding the perimeter of an actual garden. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use cross multiplication. So we know that 1 centimeter is equal to 2.5 meters. That's not true in real life, but this is what they're using in the problem as a scale. So 38 times 2.5 is equal to 95. So x must equal to 95, and that is the perimeter of the garden. So 95 meters. Just like that, you found the answer.